stop boiling your pasta in water. I started messing around with making risotto recipes, but using pasta noodles instead of rice. I know, weird, right? I didn't invent this, it's been done before. This is very similar to a lot of one-pot meals, but I just wanted to bring this to your attention. It comes out amazing. You can make this super creamy dish using any pasta you like. It all comes together really fast, so let me show you how. First things first, we need mushrooms. I'm gonna be making like a mushroom risotto. I'm using about a pound of white button cap mushrooms and a disappointing mushroom mix that I got from Publix. Come on, Publix, this is a gourmet mix. It's just a few oyster mushrooms and a bunch of portobellos chopped up. This is not a gourmet blend. First, we're gonna wash our mushrooms. I know a lot of you out there are freaking out at this point. It's okay to wash your mushrooms. I mean, they are covered in dirt. Why would you not want to wash your mushrooms? This is more dirt at the bottom of my sink than the dirt that normally comes off of my shoes when I'm washing it. And you want me to take just a damp cloth and just lightly brush it across these mushrooms? I don't get it. Wash them under cold water, rinse them, they will be fine. At this point, I'm gonna roughly chop up my mushrooms. They just need to be in smaller bits, doesn't need to be completely even. Now in a large saute pan over a medium heat, we're gonna add our mushrooms, a big pinch of salt, a cup of vegetable broth, and a cup of water. Bring these up to a simmer and let them cook for about 15 minutes. Now, while these are cooking, I'm gonna prep 3 small shallots or, 2 large ones if you have them. I thought these were kind of small. Now to prep these shallots, I'm just gonna cut them in half at their natural seam, then slice and set aside. We also need about 3 or 4 cloves of garlic. I'm just gonna smash and mince up. Now at this point, it's been about 15 minutes, the mushrooms look great, they've cooked down in their broth, and they've created a really lovely mushroom broth that we're gonna be using in a little bit. So we're just gonna strain our mushrooms and save that broth, set it aside. Now in our already hot pan, we're just gonna toss that back on the stove, add 2 tablespoons of olive oil, add our shallots, turn the heat down to about a medium-low heat, and let those cook for about 5 minutes, which is plenty of time for today's sponsor.
So I talk about my love of coffee a lot on this channel. I love it, but if I drink too much of it or I drink it too late at night, I end up super jittery all throughout the day with lots of crashes, and then I'm awake all night long. So that's why for the last few years, I've been swapping my afternoon cup of coffee with Mud Water. Mud Water is a Healthy Habits brand best known for its popular coffee alternative, Rise Cacao. It's got 4 functional mushrooms, and with only a fraction of the caffeine of a cup of coffee, you get natural energy without the jitters or crash. And I love the way it tastes. It's like a warm chai with a hint of hot chocolate, but strong and bold enough flavors for black coffee drinkers like me. And the best part is, each ingredient was added for a purpose. Cacao and chai for a hint of caffeine and hot chocolate-like flavor. Lion's mane for focus. Cordyceps to promote natural energy, and both chaga and reishi to support a healthy immune system. Plus, it's Whole30 approved, 100% USDA certified organic, non-GMO, gluten-free, vegan, and kosher. And really good. So gang, Mudwater is hooking up my viewers with a special offer. Head over to mudwater.com/Saucestache and you can get started for $29. That's MUDWTR.com/Saucestache. Mudwater, thanks for sponsoring today's video and for such an incredible drink. I love this stuff.
And we're back. The shallots look good. Now we just need to add our garlic. I'm just gonna toss those around, and now we just need to choose our pasta. Now, I was gonna use an elbow macaroni, but I feared I would get a wrath of never-ending beratement of comments about how elbow macaroni isn't pasta. So I chose the next best thing, cavatappi, which to me is elbow macaroni with a few extra bends. So for this, I'm gonna be using about 2.5 cups of cavatappi, added to the pan, then add the mushrooms, and now let's start with our liquids. First, I'm gonna add some wine. I chose a Pinot Grigio here, just a cheap one because we're cooking with it, but it still tastes good. Now, you can have fun with it and use what you want. I'm going to add about 1/2 cup of that, cook that down for just a few moments to cook off some of the alcohol, then slowly start adding in our saved mushroom broth. I ended up using all of the broth, which was about 2 cups, but I suggest adding as much as you need to cook the pasta all the way through, while leaving a nice thick starch slurry at the end. After about 10 minutes, the pasta is cooked, it's perfectly al dente. I started checking this after about 5 minutes, adding more broth as needed and then covering for the last 5 minutes. At this point, I'm gonna add about another pinch of salt, 2 tablespoons of vegan butter. This is specifically the butter that I like to use. It's absurd the amount of dumb comments I get every time I use vegan butter. And now we're going to add some fresh herbs. I'm gonna use a little rosemary. I think that's gonna go really well with the mushrooms, and some chives. We're just gonna toss those in with a bit of pepper, and now plate. This looks amazing. It's creamy, mushroomy, and I know it's gonna be delicious, but let's see what Monica has to say.
Cheers.
Boop. Awesome. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Oh, did I lose a noodle?
Yeah, you threw a noodle over there.
Oh.
Let me get that.
Pasta is cooked perfectly, al dente.
Right?
Delicious. The flavor has this like flavor that just sticks on the noodle that is like mushroomy and savory and light. It's a light, like not like a super heavy cream or anything. It's light and nice. And I just love the way that it crunches in my teeth.
Yeah.
It's not like crunching.
I was gonna say, why do you use the word crunch? There's no crunch in this at all. No, it's a perfect al dente. I love your descriptions, baby.
Yeah.
It's a perfect al dente. Like you said, the flavor has like permeated through the noodle.
Yeah. And it's like on it.
Yeah.
You know?
When you take a bite,
It's flavorful.
yeah, it's not like there's like this heavy sauce or anything, but it tastes like there's a sauce. It's ultra flavorful. The whole point of this video was not to just make this one dish. It's that you could do this like with anything, like saute up some carrots, some broccoli, you know, some vegetables, get that, make like a nice broth using some veggie broth, and then do the same thing. Put it all together with the noodles. You're gonna end up with a great veggie dish. It's all about just adjusting the time and the amount of liquid that you're gonna use. So there's no like direct measurement. I'm gonna give you the measurements specifically for this. Just start adding liquid to the pasta, mix it in until it starts thickening up and you get like a starchy kind of slurry that goes along with it. Adding in the veggies, it's gonna all stick together and you're just gonna end up with like awesomeness. And I mean, my point is just,
You can't get more awesome.
yeah, there's a lot of other, I mean, it really is, but you just can't, there's a lot of other ways to cooking pasta than just boiling them, making a sauce, throwing it together.
Gotta try this one.
Yeah.
We've been boiling it for years. Time to do something different.
Yeah.
Change it up.
Change it up. Try something new. I can't wait for the comments on this one. I'm really excited, but here it is.
Yeah.
This is a 10 for me.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Love this.
Well, this is dinner.
Dinner!
Like officially dinner. And I'm almost done.
Yep, exactly.